Hi everyone, hello and good morning from Spongebob and I. Happy Easter, happy Sunday to those of you that are just going to have a really great, wonderful Sunday. I am here with you guys today, this morning, just to spend a little bit of time with you and tell you the story of my little Spongebob baby boy. I talk about him often and you see him in vlog videos in the background, and I just wanted to share with you his story and how I got him and how he became part of the family. So about almost, I would say 15 and a half years ago now, I worked for a company that worked with developmentally disabled individuals and adults, and I worked there for 8 years. It was one of my most passionate jobs I've ever had, and we went out into the community to go to all kinds of different job sites, and we went to the MSPCA twice a week in our next town over. And at that beautiful place with so many beautiful animals that I got to love on twice a week for many hours each day with my group, I bonded very strongly with this beautiful pair of birdies. And it was a different kind of bond that I had experienced before. I had my beautiful angel baby dog daughter named Candy. I'll remind you guys of who my little Candy girl is, just in case you're new here. That beautiful girl on the wall right there. That is my angel baby now, but I had my Candy for 15 years, and she was just new to my home with about a year of being with us when I met Spongebob and Sandy, his bonded pair. So there were these two little sweet birdies at the MSPCA, and there were so many other birds in the room, but for some reason these two just stuck to me like glue. I whistled to them and sang to them and did the same tunes every time we went into the bird room at the MSPCA, and they became so excited every time I arrived twice a week that I just loved seeing them. But I knew in my heart that my little Candy baby that was very territorial and loving and obsessed with her mama probably couldn't handle having any more pets in the home. She had a lot of anxiety, my little girlie, and it just wouldn't have been good for her to have multiple pets to pay attention to. And I wanted to give her all of my love and attention so that she could always be loved and feel secure with me and okay. And I didn't want to mess anything up for her, you know, how she felt and being in our home and things like that. And then my little Spongebob and Sandy pair here in their cage at the MSPCA, his partner named Sandy, she had anxiety and stress disorder as well. And so she had all plucked feathers down to the bare skin. And she had little tufts of feathers that would pop out here and there when they would grow back. But then she would shortly thereafter pluck those out too. And she was just as precious as my little Spongebob SquarePants over here. I loved both of them dearly, and this is what I sang to them every single time that I went to visit them. The minute I opened the door in the room, I would say, "SpongeBob SquarePants, where'd you get those square pants? SpongeBob SquarePants, where'd you get those pants?" And then I would sing and whistle, and I would say, and this is exactly what he would do every single time that I made those noises when I arrived. He would cling to the front of the cage even more than Sandy would. And he was just absolutely in love with me. And Sandy was the sweetest little thing. And I just loved the two of them so much together. So after about a month, I started to notice that they were getting looked at a lot more and things like that. So I was excited for them to be adopted, and I knew that I wanted them, but I was hoping another wonderful family would come and scoop them up. Well, shortly thereafter, they disappeared one day when I went to go see them, and I was sad but so happy that they had found a home. And then after that, a couple of weeks later, they arrived back to the MSPCA, which absolutely broke my heart. So I went immediately and I asked what was going on and how come they were back. And she was like, "Oh, you don't know the story of Spongebob and Sandy?" And I was like, "No, I've never actually asked. I've just spent a lot of time with them." And so she told me that they had been adopted 6 times over. And because of Sandy's anxiety disorder, they didn't really know how to properly take care of her or handle her and manage her. And now my SpongeBob baby boy over here has a totally different personality than Sandy did. He's very egotistical. He loves himself. He just absolutely loves himself. He stares at himself in all of his mirrors. He sings to himself, and he is especially attached to me. Um, and always has been. So between himself and me, he is just in love. He's perfectly the happiest boy. But Sandy did have a lot of stress disorders and things like that. So people would continuously adopt them and return them. So that day I couldn't not let this ever happen again. I called my mom and I said, "Mom, you know I have Candy, and you know I love to like just love on her and make her as happy could be," because Candy was also a rescue. I got her when she was about a year old, and I had her for 15 years before she passed a year and a half ago on October 21st, which still completely breaks my heart to even say it out loud. And I just wanted to have her a very quiet, loving home because she was severely abused her first year of her life. So I said, "Mom, I know it's a lot to ask, but will you take these 2 birds if I adopt them for you?" And she said, "Okay." And I was so excited because I knew that they were still going to be a very big part of the family and they were going to be with us, and I could still see them, spend time with them, whistle all the whistles that I, did as my signature calls to them, and all of my, funny interactions with them could still happen because they would just be with my mom. So thankfully they came home with me that day, and they have been in the family ever since, except for my baby Sandy girl. She passed away 2 years into the adoption because she did have so many issues, and she just became ill and passed. So SpongeBob here, that absolutely adores himself, absolutely thinks he's the greatest thing ever, and he absolutely is. My mom put a bunch of mirrors in the cage and stuff so that he would interact even more with himself, and he loves it. He just loves himself. He'll sing and dance and whistle and hang upside down and look at himself, and he'll go, look at him looking. He just loves himself, and he now just is absolutely as happy can be. He rules the roost, just like my Candy girl always did. So how he ended up back with me, my mom had him for the full 14 years. And over the last few years, she continued to get sicker and sicker and sicker, not realizing what was happening. She had severe allergies to him, which was found out about a year into having a lot of issues with respiratory things and asthma and difficulty with oxygen levels and everything like that. And they finally figured out that it was SpongeBob. And as she was getting older, her allergy for him was developing more severely. So she called me and she said, "I do not know what to do. I do not know what to do." And now my little Candy angel baby, she had passed just about 2 months before this all happened. So I had just lost her, still as devastated today as I was then. And my mom said, "I know that you can't probably take him back, but I cannot give him up, so I don't know what to do." And I said, "No, he can absolutely come home with me. I'll come and get him right now." And I went and I got him. And I picked him up from her, and thankfully he's just as bonded to me as he is with everybody else, and especially my mom. And so he came home that day, and I've had him for a little over a year now, about a year and a half, I would say at this point, because it is March. And he is just a joy. He is absolutely a precious joy. I do have allergies for him as well, which have been discovered. I have had to get HEPA filters, which would have been necessary anyways, so that my mom could be at my house, be around him in this environment and stuff when she visits me. So I have HEPA filters and everything that filter out, all of his dander and things like that, so that it will help us. I also am very well treated for my allergy related issues for all the things that I'm allergic to, so it helps me in that respect as well. girl, and now he is a full-fledged part of my household for about a year and a half now, and I worship the ground he walks on, just as I did my candy girl. We have so much fun together. I mean, you should see the antics when I get home and he is clinging to the front of that cage, and I'm whistling and he's whistling and singing me songs, and he is just as funny can be. He hangs upside down. He looks at me under his little perch there and does the funniest little antics to try to play hide and seek with me. And he loves to eat lunch when I eat lunch, which is hysterical. He doesn't like when I stand up and he doesn't like when I'm moving around. When I come home, it is SpongeBob's undivided attention that I need to be giving him. And he will wait for me to be sitting on the couch with my lunch, and he will stare at me from where he's sitting right now. And he will look at me until I finally start to eat, and then he'll start eating his lunch. He is just the funniest little personality, as sweet as a button. I adore him. I'm so happy he's home with me. He's always been a part of my home in some way, shape, or form. He has actually lived with me multiple times over when my mom has stayed with me throughout the time that we've had him. And he's just precious. He's precious. And I'm so glad that day that they did come back and that I was able to save both of them and take them home with us, where I knew that they would be a part of our family forever. And I'm so happy about it. So I just wanted to closely introduce you, because I know you always hear of him and see him in the background if you're a part of my 2 channels. And this one is my vlog channel, but I do have a main channel, which is Crazy Days of Callan, and I speak about him during my Dollar Tree hauls and stuff. And but he's beautiful. He's a beautiful boy that I love and adore. Hi, SpongeBob, the SquarePants, sweet boy. You're beautiful. You beautiful, handsome baby. SpongeBob is so handsome, sweet, kind, special, loving, adorable. SpongeBob has peach cheeks, yellow feathers, gray, white. Your beautiful black eyes. You're so handsome. And this is part of the reason why he has a big ego, because I'm constantly telling him all his best features. And he's just a love. He's just a love. So I thank you guys so much for even spending a few moments with me today while, the morning starts. I hope everybody has a beautiful Easter, a happy, happy, happy Sunday, if that's what you're celebrating, is a happy Sunday. And I will see you guys if you're over on my main channel of Crazy Days of Callan for Happy Monday Dollar Tree haul. It is already ready for you guys. I have about another week's worth of videos already on the go. They're on the go and ready to be uploaded. And so I just wanted to spend some time with you in between and say hi to SpongeBob for the morning. You beautiful baby. You're a beautiful baby. You're a beautiful boy. You're my sweet, sweet baby. You're my sweet, sweet boy. He's so cute. He's so precious and cute. And I know so many of you during my vlogs and stuff have talked about your beautiful birdie babies that you love so much. You play peekaboo? So I just wanted to share him up close and personal so that we can all just, show our birdie babies each other, and hopefully they can become friends with each other's songs. You want to sing a little song? Oh my goodness, you're going to sing a song? SpongeBob SquarePants, I love you. And that's exactly what he would do. Every time I came in the room of the SPCA and I started doing my whistles and my songs, he was all about it. He was all about it, and he belonged with us. So that's what we did. All right, guys, I love you, and I will see you soon. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. I love all your gorgeous faces. Bye. Say bye. Say bye-bye. Peekaboo. 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 Hello? Where you going, you big boy? Where you going? You leaving? You're out of here? You see you later? Bye-bye? I love you. Oh, there he is. He looking at himself in the mirror because he thinks he's so handsome, and he is. You beautiful baby. Hello? Peekaboo. Peekaboo. You beautiful boy. Beautiful boy. Bye, everyone.